Class 216 means 86 PLC timers. So timers, okay, a timer is used to provide delay. Okay, now we have here on delay timer, off delay timer, pulse timer, retentive timer. Just by on delay timer, other timers can be programmed with a little bit more instructions. Hence, some cheap PLCs provide only on delay timer. Right. Now let us study one by one. See, on delay timer means it provides delay during turn on. On delay means delay during on. So as soon as we give the input, means when the input becomes true at this point, when the input turns 0 to 1, output becomes high, output becomes 1 only after the delay. Then when the input becomes 0, output also will become 0. Means delay is provided during turning on. Turning off follows the input. Turning off operation follows the input. That means when the input becomes off, output also becomes off. That's all. Okay. We will give the example of each later. Now next comes the off delay timer. Off delay timer means during switching on, output follows the input. Means when you switch on the output, switch on the input, output also will become on. And switching during switching off process, delay is provided. Means when the input becomes off, output will become off after the delay. The delay can be programmed. Now let us see each delay one by one. Okay, there are some parameters which we will discuss later. See, timer, on delay timer. You should write it as T on. That will automatically come when you select the function block. Like in AutoCAD, you select the function block. Similarly, you will select here. See, you will program using a PC usually. PC will have software for the programming. See, this is a timer. When you click here, instruction, it will give you the list of instructions. From there, when you select the timer function block will appear here. You can select that, click and drag it, and put it wherever you require. So automatically T on will appear there because that will be available in the list. Right. Now we have to define many things. See, T 4.0 means its address. Next, base. Timer base means the increment in which it counts. If you provide, if you say 1.0, it means it counts in steps of 1 second. Preset value or set value means maximum count, say 15 seconds. If time base is 1, it will count 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. If time base is point 0.1, it will count point 0.1, point 0.2, point 0.3, etc., etc., point 0.9, 1, 1.1, 1.2, like that up to 15. And then accumulator, or it is also called elapsed time, ET. Okay, see, elapsed time or accumulator time value or running value or current value. During counting, this will be displayed there. As soon as it starts, this will become 0. You will put the value, timer base and preset, and also write the address. Only these three you are entering here. Okay. As soon as we begin run, means when the PLC is brought to run mode, accumulated value will become 0. Then again it will start counting 1, 2, 3, etc. All those things will appear here. Then when as soon as it goes to run mode, okay, if it will count, if this is high, see, if the input is high, then only it will count, else it will not count. Means it will not begin its count from 0 to 15. Okay, if this is enabled, this is the enabling input of counter, timer. As soon as this is 1 and the PLC is brought to run mode, okay, assume that it you have brought into run mode, means the operative mode. Okay, the enable bit will become 1, done bit will be 0. When the accumulated value reaches 15 or more, okay, this will become 0 and this will become 1. Sorry, this will be 1 only. If this is high, this will be 1. But when this reaches 15, the done bit will become high to indicate that the counter is, sorry, the timer accumulator has reached the preset value. It is better to show two rails, vertical rails like this. But sometimes it is shown like this. Sometimes even, you see, when you say only functional block, sometimes this is not shown. Anyhow, you should know that when you write program, there should be vertical line at both the sides. Okay. So this is an address, time base. Okay, all these things. A simple example. See the input. Input is also called as enable or command. This is called as input, enable or command. Anything. Okay. Or start, anything that is given to the input one input. Here preset is given 3 seconds. Okay, out is not shown here. Actually, see, output should be shown like this. Sometimes it is understood, it is there. Okay, in the functional block, sometimes it is shown, sometimes it is not shown. Anyhow, this gives the full idea. Okay, so 3 seconds delay is provided, means when input becomes high, output will become high only after 3 seconds. When input becomes 0, output also will become 0. Okay, now there is a small thing here. See, if input is, say, for 4 seconds, delay is 3 seconds, output will be, Q is output will be high for 1 second. But sometimes, say, if the input remains high only for 1 second, then output will not get actuated at all, because delay is 3 seconds. As it counts, this is the accumulator value. Okay, as it counts from 0, 1, 2, 3, say this is 3, preset time is 3 seconds. The accumulator counts from 0, 1, 2, 3. Then output becomes high. When the input becomes high, 0, output also becomes 0. But if the input remains high only for 1 second, means lesser than delay, then output will not become 1. Okay. When the next pulse comes, the ET will again begin counting from 0, not from here. Means if the delay is not counted fully, that delay, 1 second delay, is ignored, means it is reset. Okay. When the next pulse comes, when the next input signal comes, or pulse. Okay. Here we don't say pulse usually because this can be long duration. Hence we say input signal. But okay, you can also say input pulse. The output again will, the accumulator value will again count from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. Here say input is high for 6 seconds. Delay is 3 seconds. We have programmed, say, now the output will be high for 3 seconds. So these are called as resettable. Actually, this accumulator value gets reset. Okay. In case of retentive timer, here there is retentive timer. See, pulse timer and retentive timer. In case of retentive timer, what happens is this accumulator value will count from the point 1. Say 1 second is there, no? From there, in the next input pulse, when it comes, it will begin count from directly from 1. This will start counting from here, not from here, not from here. It will count from 1, 2, 3. The output will become high 1 second earlier itself. Means it retains. Retentive timer means it retains the previous count. Okay. Next we have what is called as pulse timer. Okay. The pulse timer gives a fixed duration pulse after the input becomes high. Okay. Whether the input remains high or not, it gives a pulse. See here, input, when the input becomes high, output becomes high only after some delay. Then when the input becomes 0, output also becomes 0. But pulse timer is not like that. When you give input, it gives a pulse of fixed duration. Then it will not see the input, however it is. Okay, we will see that later. Okay, so this is on delay timer. Okay. Now we will see a detailed or more important, a good example where on delay timer is used. Say, for example, in a starter, okay, when you press a machine, the star delta starter, okay, it should be in delta. First, it should be in star. Then, after say 3 seconds or 10 seconds, it should go to star. Or the better example is, suppose say in a factory, you want to start a motor, which is a conveyor motor. See, conveyor belt motor. It is used for conveying material from one place to another. So the operating area is a large area. So if any person is there close to the site, there may be some risk for him. So you will have to give a warning signal for the people around there to clear away from that area. Okay. So when you give input, after 10-second delay, the motor should become on. And when you turn off the motor, okay, motor should become off. Say 1 hour, 2 hour, etc. Not only that, when you after 10 seconds, the motor should become on and latch. Latch means you should remain on even if the input remains goes even if the input signal goes off. Okay, like in a starter, once you press, it switches on. Then even if you remove the green button, it remains on. Then to switch off the motor, you have to press red button, off button, like that. Same like starter, but with 10-second delay. See, the program is like this. See, this is input button. This is start button and stop button. Okay, when you press start, okay, this is program. Okay, the timer is programmed for 10 seconds preset time. During the beginning, accumulator is 0. Okay, you do the wiring everything and then program and then execute means executing means bringing the PLC in run mode, that is called as run mode. It will do the scan cycle. So when you close this, immediately siren contactor will become on. Siren will start ringing. Then this will start counting 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, four, like that. When this becomes 10, when this becomes 10, this will become true. See, when this becomes true, time elapsed output. When this becomes true, this also will become it is as good as this becoming one. Now the stop push button is uh, normally closed, so this will be on. See, it is like this: start push button, start push button, stop push button. 1 2 means 1 2. Okay, at the input. See, there are two inputs, okay, and two outputs. This is input card or input port, output card, output port. So here 2 1 2, again 1 2. Time elapsed for contactor coil of motor. Direct output for siren. In the middle you have PLC and you are using the timer program, timer instruction. Okay. Now after 10 seconds this will become on. In the next rung, PLC will read the status of this here. Okay. Here we will explain that how the output has come here in the next class. Okay. Reading is always shown in the left. The PLC will read the status of this in the next rung, and if that is 1, it will give the output high. So after 10 seconds this will be high, so then it will switch on the contactor, then the motor will run. Once the motor runs, there is a latching effect. See, the PLC will latch this, means even after you open this, timer becomes off. disabled when you open, but then there is no need of timer. Okay, even you open this, the input will remain. If you open this, then this also will become zero, because when input becomes zero, output also will become zero. This also will become zero. But due to this, whenever this has become one, it had already made this one. So this is called as latching effect. So then the PLC will get a signal like this, from like this. So contactor of motor will remain on even after this switch being de-energized. Next, the to switch on the operation, say to switch on the motor, switch off the motor, say after 1 hour, 2 hours, etc. Activate stop push button. Press this. So this will become off. Means this will become zero. So this will become off, open, and motor will become off. Contactor will become open. Okay. So this is how an on delay timer works. See, this is you can see here. Actually, this programming, if you see the address what we have written, will be actually like this: X and Y. Okay. Here we have written here in switch start, just for understanding purpose. Actually, you have to write here X naught, X1, X2, X3, where you have given. Similarly, here Y1, Y3, Y5, how much, whatever it is, not time elapsed, out siren, no. Okay. Actual wiring, for example, will be like this: input to the switches. These have address. Okay. PLC will have some register, say the input register. In the PLC memory, you will have input register. See here, switch 2 and switch 4 are closed. So in its register, X2 and X4 bits will be 1. All other things are 0. Means when this gets a high voltage, it will store bit 1 there. Okay. See here, when this gets high, it will store 1 here. So initially, this was open, hence here there is no color given. If color is given here in a rung, it implies that it is free, the power is free to flow, current is free to flow, means virtual current. See, this is a virtual, this is only program, circuit is outside. Okay. The PLC will check. Now you see here, this is open, this is closed. Since this is normally closed and normally opened, here this is shown with color, means this is as if this is on. This is now, this switch is on because this is closed. That is a point here showing like that. Even though this is normally closed, we are showing here normally open only. This contact. This contact has nothing to do with this contact. Okay. You can program this as normally closed. We will see that later. Okay, it will read here. Okay, that we will explain in the next class. So this is regarding with the on delay timer.